or what is the use of a timer basically? Timer, say for example, I need to start a process after say 1 millisecond. For that you can use a timer, right? Say for example, you have done an LED blinking program. At that time you have given an arbitrary delay. Instead of that, if you want to give an accurate delay, say some 500 millisecond for example, you can do that using the timer, right? That is one use of timer. Another one use is it can be used for counter operation also, right? So basically timer peripheral is nothing but a free running timer, right? It is having a timer counter register associated with it, right? So basically timer is nothing but a counter which is counting based on the clock given to it, right? So which clock are you giving to timer peripheral? Peak clock. Peak clock.
Peak
So
clock.
whenever it is getting one clock, your timer counter will increment, right? So timer is nothing but basically it is a counter which is keeping track of peak clock. Whenever it is receiving a clock, it will increment, right? So basically the timer is having two modes of operation. One is known as timer mode of operation, right? So that is what I just told now. Whenever it is getting a peak clock, it will increment, right? So the incrementing will be done based on the peak clock, right? So whenever the peripheral is getting a clock, it will increment. That is known as timer mode of operation. So let us take if you are incrementing of that timer counter, when it is incrementing once, let us take it takes 1 millisecond for incrementing once. That is known as the resolution of the timer, right? And here in LPC 2148 you are having two timers, timer 0 and timer 1. Both are 32-bit timers. Both are 32-bit timers, right? And the time taken for incrementing of this timer once, that is known as resolution, right? So one of the most important step in configuring timer will be configuring the resolution, right? How to configure the resolution we'll see. So now basically the timer is having two modes of operation. One is known as timer mode, another one is known as counter mode. So in timer mode, whenever it is getting a peak clock, it will increment. Then what is known as a counter mode of operation? So counter mode means it is asynchronous counter mode. That means whenever you are giving an external event to this timer, or whenever you are giving an external signal to the timer, timer will increment. Say for example, you need to count the number of persons entering a room. So basically you will be using an IR transmitter and an IR receiver at the other end of the door. So whenever the light is getting cut, IR receiver will generate a signal, for example. So what you will do, this signal you will be giving to the timer input as an event. So what will happen? Whenever the receiver is generating a signal, your timer will increment by 1. Right. So that is known as counter mode of operation. So that means basically you are counting an external signal based on an external signal. But in the case of timer mode, your counting process will be based on your internal free running clock. So that is the basic difference between timer mode and counter mode, right? Then in addition to these two modes, there are two other modes known as capture mode of operation and compare mode of operation or match mode of operation. That means it can perform capture operation or compare operation. So what do you mean by capture mode? Any idea? Can you tell some example for timer operating in a capture mode? So for example, you can consider it. It is something similar to your, say, stopwatch. So when you need to measure the time taken by somebody who is or an athlete, so what you will do? You will start the stopwatch when he is starting the race, and you will stop the stopwatch when he is ending the race. So same thing can be done with the timer peripheral, right? So whenever the timer is getting a capture signal from the external world, whenever it is getting a capture signal, what does a timer do? Timer will capture the current timer value, right? And it will be stored in capture registers, right? So current timer value will be captured when it is getting a capture event. That is known as capture mode of operation. Similarly, another mode of operation is known as match mode of operation. So what do you mean by match? Any idea? Match means what? So it is something like an alarm clock. Alarm clock. In alarm clock, what you will do? You will be setting a particular time. Whenever your timer is equal to that time, it will generate an alarm or a signal basically. So it is same. That is an example for match mode of operation. So here you are having something known as match registers. 4 match registers are there. In this match registers, you can specify some time, something similar to alarm time. And each time when the timer counter is incrementing, that will be compared with the match registers, whichever you are configuring. 4 match registers are there. Whichever match register you are configuring, comparison will be taken place with the timer counter and the match register. Right? And whenever it is equal, what will happen? Whenever timer counter is equal to match register, what will happen? It will generate something known as match event. Right. So generally, 3 events are there on match. Any of the 3 events can be generated. First one, you can generate an interrupt on match. Second one, you can stop the timer on match. Third one is you can reset the timer on match. You can generate an interrupt on match with the corresponding match register, or you can stop the corresponding timer, or you can reset the timer. So 3 operations can be done based on match with a particular register. So similarly, 4 registers are there. So for each register, you can perform any one of these 3 operations or combination of these 3 operations. Right. So that is meant by the match register and the capture register, right? And there are 4 external outputs that can be performed on the match. You can either set a particular pin on match, set a pin on set a match pin on high, or set low, or toggle a pin, or do nothing. So these 3 additional operations can also be done on a particular pin known as match pin. Right. So basically, timer is having two modes of operation: timer mode and counter mode. And in addition to the 2 more special modes of operation are there, they are known as capture mode and match mode. So this is a basic block diagram of a timer. So this is known as your timer counter register. So initially what will happen? Whenever you are giving a peak clock, timer counter will increment, right? So maximum how much time the timer counter will increment, how much time will be taken for timer counter to increment? Let us take one incrementing is taking 1 millisecond. Let us take the resolution as 1 millisecond for time being. So how much delay can generate using timer counter? Raised to 32 into 1 millisecond. That is the resolution for time being, right? So if you want to generate a delay more than that, what you will do? So if you want to generate a delay more than that, you are using something known as pre-scalar counter. Right. Pre-scalar means you are scaling the clock before giving into the timer. So how it is working? Normally, pre-scalar counter will be 1:1. That is known as a pre-scalar ratio also. So normally, the pre-scalar ratio will be 1:1. So what does it mean? Whenever you are giving one peak clock, you will get one clock at the output of the prescaler. That is known as 1:1 prescaler ratio. Right? But if you want to have more time delay, you can change this prescaler ratio. For example, I am setting the prescaler ratio as 1:2. What will happen? 1:2 means whenever prescaler counter is getting 2 peak clocks, then only it will generate 1 clock at the output. That means whenever prescaler counter is getting 2 peak clocks, then only timer counter will increment by 1. So what in that case, what will be the total delay? 2 raised to 32 into peak clock into prescaler ratio, that is 2. Right. So that means you have increased the resolution by 1 millisecond into 2. So when it is getting 2 peak clocks, then only your timer counter will be incrementing by 1. Similarly, if you are changing the prescaler ratio to 1:5, what does it mean? I am changing the prescaler ratio to 1:5. So what does it mean? Whenever prescaler is getting 5 clocks, peak clocks, then only it will generate 1 clock at the output. That is known as 1:5 prescaler ratio. So how will you set this prescaler ratio? There is one register known as prescaler register. Right? So normally prescaler register will be 0. Right? So what will be the prescaler counter then? Prescaler counter will be equal to prescaler register plus 1. There is a prescaler register. Normally prescaler register will be 0. So prescaler counter is nothing but prescaler register plus 1. So if you want to have 2 prescaler, what you should do? You need to give prescaler register as 1. So prescaler counter or prescaler value will be prescaler register plus 1. So prescaler register is 1, 1 plus 1, it will be 2. Right? So prescaler register is nothing but a prescaler counter is nothing but prescaler register plus 1. Right? So prescaler is the block which is used for configuring the resolution of ADC, a resolution of timer. By configuring the prescaler, you are actually configuring the resolution of this timer. What do you mean by resolution? How much time will be taken for one incrementing of the timer counter. Right? So for configuring the resolution, you need to actually configure the prescaler counter. And you cannot directly configure prescaler counter, you need to configure prescaler register. Right? So this is a basic block diagram of the timer. Right? So here your register will be timer counter register, and the resolution is decided by the prescaler counter. For configuring prescaler counter, you need to configure the value in prescaler register, right? And there is another register known as timer control register that is used for resetting the timer as well as enabling the timer, right? So similar to other control registers we have seen in other peripheral, here you are having timer control register which is used for resetting as well as enabling the timer. So you can see If you are enabling the timer counter, you are actually enabling the peak clock as well as you are enabling the timer counter. So always prescaler counter is nothing but prescaler register plus 1. So if you want to configure the resolution of timer, you need to configure the prescaler register. Right. Then this is a block diagram representing the match mode of operation. Right. So here you can see this is your 32-bit timer. This is your prescaler. This is a timer control register used for resetting or enabling the timer. And how does the match operation work? I told you are having 4 registers, match registers, right? Whatever value you are writing in the match register, that will be compared with the 32-bit timer counter value in each clock cycle. And whenever it is found to be equal, it will generate a signal to this match control block. Right, and the match control block, what can it generate? It can set a pin low on match, it can set high on match or toggle on match, right? In addition to that, it can stop the timer, it can reset the timer, and it can generate an interrupt. Right, so this is a block diagram showing the match operation of the timer. Right, and the match operation is controlled by using a register known as match control register. So in match control register, what you will be configuring? You will be configuring these things, whether you want to stop the timer or you want to reset the timer or you want to generate an interrupt. More details we will see when you are going through the registers. Right, then there is another register known as interrupt register that is used for identifying which match interrupt has been occurred. That is identified using interrupt register, because whenever there is a corresponding match, corresponding interrupts will be generated. Interrupt on match with MR0, that is one interrupt. Interrupt on match with MR1, that is another interrupt. So corresponding interrupt will be generated in the interrupt register. Right, so this is a timer control register. You can see you can configure only 2 bits. 0th bit is used for enabling the timer. Enabling the timer means you are enabling the timer counter as well as the prescaler counter. That is what you have seen in the block diagram. You are enabling the timer counter as well as the prescaler counter. Both the timers you are enabling by enabling the timer in timer control register. Then the first bit is counter reset. What does it mean? You are resetting the timer counter as well as prescaler counter. You are resetting the timer counter and prescaler counter. This is the 2 bits in timer control register. Next register is timer 0 CTCR. That is known as count control register. What is the use of this register? Any idea? Count control register. What may be the use of this? So basically, count control register is used for configuring your timer in timer mode of operation or in counter mode of operation. So whether your timer should be operated in timer mode of operation or in counter mode of operation is decided by using count control register. So if the 2 bits are 0 0, what does it mean? Timer will be operating in timer mode of operation. If it is 0 1 or 1 0 or 1 1, it will be operating in counter mode of operation and the input signals will be given in different pins. Right. Basically, you are configuring the timer in timer or in counter mode of operation using count control register, that is T0 CTCR, count control register. Then I told there are 4 match registers. It is named like this: MR0 to MR3. MR0 means match register 0, MR3 means match register 3. And there will be a match control register, right? In that, 0th bit is used for configuring an interrupt on MR0. First bit is used for resetting the timer counter on MR0. Second bit is used for stopping the timer counter on match with MR0. Similarly, next 3 bit will be used for generating an interrupt, reset or stopping the timer on matching with the MR1. Next 3 bits will be associated with MR1. After that, corresponding 3 bits will be used for configuring in match on MR2 like that. So each set of 3 bit is used for configuring MR0, MR1, MR2 and MR3 respectively. This is the interrupt register. So you can see each bit is corresponding to interrupt on match and corresponding to interrupt on capture. So if there is an interrupt on match with MR0, 0th bit will be set. So interrupt flag bit 0 will be set whenever timer counter is matching with the match register 0. First bit will be set when the timer counter is matching with the MR1. Like that. Right? So next we will see how can you calculate the resolution using the prescaler. So I told prescaler is the block which is deciding the resolution of the timer. So how will you calculate that? So what will be the time taken for one peak clock, one clock cycle in peak clock? Generally, 1 by frequency. Let us take your, for time being, I am configuring peak clock as equal to CPU clock. Let us take my for time being, my peak clock is equal to CPU clock, that is 60 megahertz. So what will be the time taken for one clock cycle of peak clock? 1 by 60 into 10 raised to 6. That is 1 by 60 megahertz. That will be time taken for one peak clock. But here you are incorporating one more factor known as prescaler. So when you are adding prescaler into this time period, how it will be done? Prescaler counter into 1 by 60 megahertz. Prescaler counter into, because prescaler counter also you are incorporating, right? So prescaler counter into 1 by 60 megahertz. That will be the total time taken for one cycle. And if we are incrementing, if we are changing the prescaler counter, how it will be working? Normally prescaler counter is nothing but prescaler register plus 1, right? Normally I told prescaler register will be 0. So 0 plus 1 will be the prescaler counter, right? Let us take you are configuring prescaler register with 5999. So 5999 will be prescaler register plus 1 will be prescaler counter. So prescaler counter into 1 by 60 megahertz. What will be that? It will be 1 milliseconds. Right? So if you are configuring the prescaler register with 5999, what will be the resolution of your timer? Provided peak clock is 60 megahertz.
60,000 by 60 megahertz.
So that will be 1 millisecond.
Yes.
So similarly, if you want to configure the, so this is known as a resolution. So if you want to configure the resolution as 1 microsecond, what change you will make here? If your prescaler register is 59, then what will be the equation? 59 plus 1 into 1 by 60. That will be 1 microsecond. So by configuring the prescaler, you are actually configuring the resolution of the timer. right? So configuration of prescaler is very important step, right? So what are the basic steps involved in timer configuration? What will be the first step? Set appropriate value in T0 CTCR. So in our case, what value should I do? Should I keep? Say for example, I am going to make an LED blink after for 500 millisecond with 500 millisecond delay. Let us take that is my program that I am going to do. Right? I am going to blink an LED with a 500 millisecond delay. So if you are keeping an oscilloscope in that pin, what waveform you will be getting there? You have written an LED blinking program. There you are keeping an oscilloscope. So what output you will be getting there?
Square wave.
Square wave, because you are making the LED for on some time, then you are making it off for some time. That will be going on. So now let us take, I am going to generate a square wave with the 500 millisecond delay. So what should be the first statement? You need to configure T0 CTCR with what value you need to configure? In the first step, what value you need to configure? Which mode of operation timer should be? In my case, timer should be in timer mode of operation, because I am going to keep track of time. So I need to write T0 CTCR equal to what value? We have seen here 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Then what will be second step? You need to configure the prescaler. Right? So in my case, I am going to generate a delay of 500 millisecond. So what should be the resolution of the prescaler? Or what should be the resolution of timer? Resolution will be 1 millisecond. Resolution will be 1 millisecond, and you will count, the timer counter will increment how many times? In order to get 500 millisecond, how many times?
500 times. 500.
500, 0 to 4999, 499, right? So your resolution will be 1 millisecond, and you will allow the timer counter to increment up to say 500.
Sir, what is the maximum resolution we can use, sir?
That depends upon your configuration, the PCLK configuration.
Okay, because we can use resolution as 100 at as safe as 100 milliseconds, and we can count it for 5 times, right? If
But
this
always resolution should be as small as possible.
okay.
That is why if you can do that like that also, it is possible. So prescaler setting we'll see. So this is how we are setting prescaler. So when it is reaching that 500, what you should do? After reaching 500 millisecond, what you should do?
Reset it to 0.
It should become 0.
You need to reset the timer to 0, as well as in my case I am going to generate an interrupt. So I am going to write a program with the timer 0 interrupt. So in my case, whenever, so my 500, that value will be stored in one of the match registers. So let us take MR0, and whenever the timer value is equal to the match register value, you need to do two operations. What are they? Reset the timer counter, and generate an interrupt. Right? So your 500 or the timer counter value will be stored in match register, and match control register will be configured in such a way that you need to generate an interrupt on match, and you need to reset the timer on match. You need to generate an interrupt on match, and you need to reset the timer on match. Right? Next step will be you are initializing the timer to 0, or you are resetting the timer to 0. How will you reset the timer? Using timer control register. There was a timer control register. In that, when you are setting the 0th bit, timer will be resetted. Or first bit, which bit you are setting?
So 0th bit is for counter enable, right, sir?
Enable. So 0th bit is for enable, first bit is for resetting the timer, right? So you need to set the first bit. So timer, counter as well as prescaler will be resetted. Then as the next step, you are enabling the timer. How will you enable the timer? By setting the 0th bit. By setting the 0th bit. And last step, if you want to disable the timer, you can disable the timer. Right. So these are the steps involved in configuration of the timer. Right. So we'll see the program. This is the main program. So first function is init timer. So what function? This is the initialization function. So for time being, you are considering that P clock is equal to C clock, right? Here P clock is equal to C clock. That you should keep in mind, right? That is the first configuration you need to do. So how will you configure that? By configuring the VPP divider. So we are assuming that this configuration you will be doing in the IDE itself. That you will see. Then what is the next step? You are making T0 CTCR equal to 0, 0. What does it mean? What does this statement means? T0 CTCR equal to 0, 0. What does it mean?
Enabling.
You are configuring timer in timer mode of operation. So from this program, we'll try to relate with your what is this? The data sheet also, user manual, right? So here you are writing T0 CTCR equal to 0, 0. What does it mean? This is your timer counter register. In this, if you are writing 0, 0, what does it mean? You are configuring timer in timer mode of operation. So T0 CTCR equal to 0 means you are configuring timer in timer mode of operation. That is the first statement, right? Configuring timer in timer mode of operation. Next step is you are configuring the prescaler in order to configure the resolution, right? So now I need to get 1 millisecond as a prescaler. So what will be my prescaler register prescaler counter value? Prescaler counter should be 60,000. That means when you are giving 60,000 clocks, timer will be incrementing once. So what will be the prescaler register value? 60,000 minus 1. Right. I told you cannot directly configure the prescaler counter. You can configure only prescaler register. So prescaler counter is nothing but prescaler register plus 1. So what will be prescaler register? Prescaler counter minus 1. In my case, my prescaler counter should be 60,000. So prescaler register is 60,000 minus 1. That is 5999. Where I have defined this prescale, it is defined initially. Hash defined prescale equal to 60,000. That I have already defined by hash defined. Then in the next statement, T0 MR0 equal to this. What does it mean? So T0 MR0 is nothing but match control register 0. So that match control register 0, I am configuring it as delay in millisecond minus 1. Why minus 1? Because it is counting from 0 to 4999. It is 0 indexed. Right. So my delay in millisecond, I have given it as 500. Right. So T0 MR0 will be 500 minus 1. That is 4999. That means whenever the timer counter is equal to MR0, it will identify it will find out that match operation is successful. And whenever the match operation is successful, what you need to perform? You need to generate an interrupt on match on MR0, as well as you need to reset the timer counter. So you need to configure an interrupt on match and you need to reset the timer counter on match. So how will you do that? For that you are using match control register. So this is known as the match control register, right? So on each, whenever the match operation is successful, corresponding register, 3 operations can be performed. What are the 3 operations? You can either generate an interrupt on match with MR0, or reset the timer counter on match with MR0, or stop the timer on match with MR0. Similarly, next 3 bits are used for generating an interrupt on match with MR1, reset of timer on match with MR1, stop the timer on match with MR1. Like that, it will next 3 bits will be for MR2, next 3 bits will be for MR3. So in our case, which all operations you need to perform on match? You need to reset the timer on match and interrupt on match. And interrupt on match and reset on match, when the match is operating with which register? MR0, right? Because I have configured my delay in millisecond in MR0. So whenever the timer counter is equal to this, you need to generate, interrupt and reset the timer. So which bits you need to set or clear? Which bits you are going to configure?
0 and 1.
0 and 1.
Bit number 0 and bit number 1. And what value you need to write here in 0 and 1?
1 1.
You need to configure both the 0 and 1 with value 1. So that is done here by using this MR0I or of MR0R. So where is these two defined? It is defined here, you can see here. So MR0I is nothing but 1 left shifted by 0. That is, what does it mean? MR0I is defined as 1 left shifted by 0. So what does it mean? That means first bit you are setting, 0th bit you are setting, right? Then MR0 1 left shifted by 1, what does it mean? First bit you are setting. So 0th bit and first bit you need to set. So how will you do that? And where you are writing this? Which register? T0 MCR, match control register. So T0 MCR equal to MR0I, that is you are setting first 0th bit, then OR with MR0R. MR0R means you are setting first bit.
So directly we can write the 0 3 value.
You can write, but generally when you are writing bigger programs, you will not be using the bit numbers. You will be using only user defined variables like this, or defines like this, so that when you are going through the program, no need of having more details regarding the bits, right? And it is easier to change the value here directly. No need of modifying the program. Only hash defines you will be changing when you are writing more generalized program, right? Because bitwise, if you are setting and clearing, it will be difficult for somebody else to debug the program. So when you are writing bigger programs, you will be writing only generalized programs, and all this hash defines will be defined initially, so that you need to only change here. You don't need to touch the program, right? But if you are writing the other way around also, it will work, no problem. But this is a more generalized way of writing.